Welcome to Gnana Deeksha, concept-based digital learning. A very good morning to all my dear students. I am M. Kokila, JL English from TSWRS JC Amangal. Hope you all are doing great in your studies. I am here to present a topic which is very important for your personal, academic and professional use, and that is letter writing. Letter writings are of two types, formal letter and informal letters. By the end of this session, you will be able to understand the forms and conventions of different types of letters, the formats of formal and informal letters, and you will be able to practice writing different types of letters and acquire skills for a presentable letter writing. Letter writing is both art and emotion. It is the purest form of bonding that only we humans possess. We capture ourselves in a moment and then we give that moment to someone else. There is something special about putting letters into the post box and then having letters delivered by the postman. The brightly colored stamps, seeing your name on the envelope and knowing that inside is a long-awaited letter from a friend or a member of the family. Yes, it gives a great excitement. Handwritten letters have a charm of their own. You can take time to think about what you want to say. You can keep letters to read again and again. It shows someone cares and has taken time to sit down and think about you. You can admire the words written by someone for you. Also, writing letter for official purpose gives you a fair chance to be precise and organized in your thought and presentation. Importance of letter writing. Letter writing is of great importance in many aspects of our academic, professional and personal life. Letter writings can be a great way to ask for information. They help you tell decision makers and other influential people what you think. Though email is a really popular form of communication, letters provide a powerful and more formal way of communication. Unfortunately, handwritten letters have become a rare phenomenon because in a world full of endless forms of communication and technology that is constantly changing, one would think that sitting down and writing letter is an old-fashioned laborious task. In fact, you would think, why write a letter when you can text, call or Twitter them? Even though it is not as fast and easy as choosing one of those options, it is still just important. Talking about the importance of letter writing, let me enlighten you with some most useful features of letter writing. Letters have historical importance as they are useful in the study of social and cultural histories of everyday life. We get to know a lot of our historic moments through this age-old means of communication. Letters have linguistic importance. They are a useful source of analyzing the written varieties employed by different writers. Sometimes the letters written by some great thinkers and socialists become a great piece of message or sermon for the common people. Letters can be a great means of achieving literary competence. One can redefine his or her literary proficiency by indulging in letter writing and improving in terms of form, language, vocabulary, composition, content, etc. Having known the importance of letter writing, let us get into the details of letter writing. What is letter writing? Letter writing is a written message conveyed from one person to another through a medium of written text. We write letters to different people for different purposes. So basically, there are two types of letters, informal letters and formal letters. Informal letters. The letters that we write to family members, friends, relatives or acquaintances are called informal letters. Formal letters, the letters that are written for official purpose to official or business associates are known as formal letter. Before attempting to write a letter, we are supposed to know the basic requisites of a letter writing. Whether formal or informal, we need to follow certain code for writing a letter. They are the 6 C's of letter writing. Now, what are these 6 C's? The 6 C's are courtesy, clarity, consideration, correctness, conciseness, and coherence. Let us know the 6 C's in detail. The first one, courtesy. It is very important to use polite expressions. Your language should be courteous and showing respect to the receiver. In fact, courtesy wins the heart of the reader. A courteous letter conveys to your recipient that you are not only sensitive to his concerns but believe in the value of taking time to acknowledge those concerns in writing. Clarity. It means the clarity of ideas exemplified when your letter accomplishes the objective in the same way that the receiver would have understood it when physically present. There should not be any ambiguity or confusion in your content. Consideration. Consideration means that your letter should be written by considering the recipient in mind. Also, we should try to visualize the reader's desires, circumstances, emotions, probable reaction to your request. The more the consideration of the receiver, the greater is the chance of positive response. Correctness. Correctness refers to accuracy in style, language, expression, and information. That means the writer must take utmost care to ensure that the letter is correct in all aspects. Conciseness. This means the completeness of the idea with the use of fewer words as much as possible. Avoid repetition of words and phrases. Avoid unnecessary elaboration of content, especially in formal letters. Coherence. Coherence means logical arrangement of the parts of the letters. At first, there should be an introductory paragraph, then the main content, and at last the conclusion. This is called the head, body, tail alignment of a composition. That means you should never start or end a letter abruptly. Now let us see a few differences between informal letter and formal letter. Informal letters are the means of personal communication. The format or layout of an informal letter is very simple, comprising of sender's address, date, salutation, content, and leave taking. Language of informal letter can be simple or friendly depending upon your relationship with the receiver. Informal letters are written for emotional exchange, invitation, consoling, congratulating, and so on. Whereas a formal letter is for professional or official communication. The format of formal letter is little complex. It depends on the type of formal letter. Basically, we have sender's address, receiver's address, date, subject, content, and courteous leave taking. The language has to be very formal, courteous, and specific jargons are supposed to be used. Formal letters are written for inquiries, information, complaints, notification, reports, applications, etc. Let us have a look at the format of informal letter. As I told you that the informal letters are for casual or friendly gestures, even the format of an informal letter is quite simple. In informal letter, we have the sender's address, that is the writer's address, at the top left corner as shown in the slide. Leaving one line space, we write the date on the left side. Then again we leave one line space and write the salutation. It is the specific address to the addressing to the receiver. Then we have the body of the letter, that is the content. Body can be divided into 3 or more paragraphs depending on the length of the content. The first paragraph, we have the greetings and purpose of writing a letter. And in the second paragraph, the description of main content, that is the purpose of the letter in detail. In the third paragraph, we have the conclusion or summing up. Then we have the leave taking, like yours lovingly, yours affectionately, as shown in the slide. Then we write the address on the receiver on the envelope. Address on the envelope includes the name and address of the receiver. Now, let us have a detailed picture of the format of informal letter. How to write sender's address? It is as shown in the slide. Sender's address, as I told you, on the left hand side top. We write the flat or house number 10-19/B, street number or colony name. Here it is SVS colony, city here Hyderabad, and pin code 5,62,000. Date 18th July 2020 or July 18th 2020. The date has to be written in full form in order to avoid ambiguity, because some write date first, month later, and some vice versa. We must also be careful in punctuation, such as using capital letters for the name of place, month, etc. Then we have the salutation, which is the specific addressing to the receiver of the letter, and then the body of the letter. The body of the letter is divided into 3 paragraphs. First paragraph is the opening paragraph with greetings, purpose of the letter. Second paragraph, we have the description of the main content, that is the actual message of the writer in detail. In the third paragraph, we have conclusion like best wishes, conveying love or regards, and at the end we have complimentary closing as shown in the slide. Now let us see the example, the sample of body of informal letter. Here we see a letter, content. Dear Rahul, hello Rahul, I'm fine. Hope you're doing well. I have written to you to invite you to my birthday party. So this is your first paragraph where you open with the greeting and purpose of the letter. Then in the second paragraph, we have the elaboration of the content, that is the actual message of the writer. I hope you remember that my birthday falls on 10th September. So my parents have decided to throw a party. I'm inviting almost all our friends, but without you, my happiness will remain incomplete. So please do join me on my birthday party. And finally, we have the letter in third paragraph. We conclude the letter in third paragraph as shown in the slide. Eagerly waiting for your reply. Convey my regards to uncle and aunt, and love to little Krish. Now let us observe the details of formal letter. In this, we start with sender's address and date. We also have receiver's address. Then we have salutation and subject in just one line. Then we have the body of the letter, the first paragraph with the introduction or reference or the purpose of the letter. In second paragraph with detailed description of the main content. In the third paragraph or the last paragraph with summing up of the content, conclusion, appeal or call for an action. Then we have courteous leave taking. If you study the formal letter in detail, you find sender's address and date as in informal letter. We also have receiver's address with designation of the receiver, as you see in the slide. Designation, here the coordinator, name of the institution or company, and here the name of the institution or company is National Academy, then area, city and pin code. Then we have salutation and the subject. In subject, we write the main purpose of writing the letter. Subject is important in formal letter because we write formal letters to officials or business associates who are quite busy. So it's the subject that determines the significance and priority of reading a particular letter. Then we have the body of the letter as discussed in the previous slide, the introduction, main content and conclusion, and courteous leave taking such as yours faithfully, yours truly or yours sincerely, etc. Now let us see the content of formal letter, where the writer is complaining about the dictionary he had received through post. We are starting with the salutation, as we have already seen the address part in the previous slides. We just see the main part. Dear sir or madam, I have received the copy of Blackie's Compact English Dictionary which you had sent by VPP. Your invoice number is 763 and dated 10th June 2020. I am sorry to have to complain that pages 161 to 192 are missing from the book. I am therefore returning you the copy. Would you please send me another copy of the dictionary by return of post? So did you notice that the language used in formal letter is very courteous and formal? Though complaining about the product, the writer is very humbly putting across his problem and seeking a solution. By looking at the courteous language, any receiver would be convinced easily to agree to your proposal or request in that case. Hence, the 6 C's that we studied in the previous slides, such as courtesy, clarity, consideration, correctness, conciseness, and coherence are very important for any formal letter. Having learnt about the format and details of formal letter, let us know what are the different types of formal letters. In fact, there are several types of formal letters depending upon the official context, but here I have got a few to explain to you. The types of formal letter that we are going to see are application, editorial letters, business letters, and other official letters. Applications. Application is a request letter seeking a permission or favor from the officials. The leave application, job application, applications for the issue of official documents like transfer certificates, bona fides, or application to open a bank account, applications for various bank transactions are some of the examples of application. Let us have a view at the content of a leave application. You can just have a glance at the content of the leave application. Here the subject is requesting for leave for 1 week. I am writing to you to inform you that I may not be able to attend office for a week as I am down with flu and have been advised to take rest for recovery. I request you to grant me leave from 18th May to 24th May and oblige me. I regret the inconvenience caused to the firm because of my absence. I assure you that I will put extra efforts to clear the pending work, if any, once I come back from my leave. So this is the content of a leave application. Then we have editorial letters which are written with a motive to be published in newspapers. They comprise of letters concerning public awareness, social or environmental issues, or any issues in the interest of public welfare. Sample content for editorial letter. Salutation. Dear Sir, and the subject is use of loudspeakers causing great disturbance. I am resident of VT Road, Suryapet. I would like to bring to your kind notice that the use of loudspeakers in our area has become a nuisance. Almost every night, someone or the other plays music on the loudspeaker. It is impossible to read or sleep with the loudspeaker playing endlessly at night. I am not opposed to anybody enjoying music at home, but nobody has the right to force it on others, particularly at time when people go to bed. I suggest that the district administration should impose restrictions on the use of loudspeakers in residential areas. Now we have the business letter. Business letters, the letters written to business officials such as letters for commercial information, business transactions or claims or complaint are known as business letters. There are many standard types of business letters, and each one of them has a specific focus. Sales letters, complaint letters, adjustment letters, inquiry, follow-up letters, and letters of recommendation, acknowledgement are some of the examples of business letters. The sample content of business letter here: Dear Sir, and the subject is supply of books for college library. We want to place a bulk order to you for the supply of books to our college library. We will not settle on just 10% discount on the purchase of the books. Besides, we hope to get another 5% special discount that is usually granted to the institutional buyers. It goes without saying that you will have to bear the mail and other expenses involved in the dispatch and delivery of books. The list of books with their particulars is attached herewith. So you can attach the list of books. Then we have the official letter. Letters for official inquiry or information, circulars, reports, official order or requests come under official letters. Students, I have just shown you only the content of different types of letters. It's because the format of the letters will be more or less similar. So let us see the content of an official letter. Content: Dear Sir, with reference to your advertisement dated 14th December 2000 in the Times of India regarding the coaching provided by a coaching center for medical entrance exam, I wish to join the coaching center. Kindly furnish me the following details: eligibility, duration of the course, fee structure, mode of payment, timing of the batches, and hostel facilities if any. I hope you will send me the details as early as possible so that I can register myself for the course. So this is the content for official letter. Students, whether it is a formal or informal letter, you just need to understand one thing, that a letter writing is nothing but a talk on paper. Just as you would in real life, adjust style and formality depending on the intimacy with the recipient. If it's a business or official contact, maintain a more formal tone. If it's your loved one or an old buddy, be as informal, intimate and breezy as you would be if they were without you in person. Your goal is to have your voice reading your letter to them in their head. So, students, let us have a recapitulation of what we have learned today about letter writing. We have learned how important are letters in our day-to-day life. The significance of letter writing, to know about the historical past. Letter writings have linguistic importance, and also they are the source of acquiring literary competence. We also have seen the 6 C's, which are the basic requisites of a letter writing, especially the formal letters. They are then the characteristics differences between informal and formal letters. The format and content of informal and formal letters we had seen in our session. We have also seen the different types of formal letters such as applications, editorial letters, business letters and other official letters. I had shown you only the samples of the content of different types of letters because the formats of formal letters will be more or less similar depending upon the context. That's all for the session on letter writing. I hope you have a thorough practice of letter writing. The practice of letter writing will enable you to improve your language and handwriting. It will enable you to introspect yourself and redefine your thought process. Also, with the help of letters, you will be able to convey much more than what you can express directly to a person. So, dear students, wish you all a happy letter writing. Thank you.